what we'll do is, obviously, we Team Pena now. Let's start from the right, who you are, where you're from, and start from there, and we'll move down. Okay.
Gustavo, the guru. Nickname.
Okay, so my name is Gustavo Guru. I'm from Brazil. I start my life in a fight like 8 years old with capoeira, and then I trained jiu-jitsu, boxing, and when I discovered MMA, I just moved for MMA and just touching my heart more beat my heart, you know. And about this experience, it's for me, I pass for difficult times because I don't have time too much for preparing this competition. But and when I get in my first training, I feel my ribs. I know can fight 100%, but I think so. I make great friends. You know, Demart is a great coach, and I don't have words for thanks for EFC. EFC bring for us a great support, and yeah, I think so. This experience is learned me too much. You know, I learned too much with this experience because when you are on fight, you just think about your fight. But when you stay in the house with 10 more guys, you need control your mind all time, you know, because everybody is specific too much. I have my time. I want to get my space, and then sometimes on the house is difficult. But yeah, I'm happy, and I think so. This experience bring for me one great energy and learn too much about not just about fight, but about my life, about my mind, and yeah, man.
100%, man.
Thanks a lot.
Very good, thank you. Next up.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Mane. I am 28 years. I am a professional MMA. I start the MMA 25 years. So I hungry really because I love MMA. The opportunity is very good for me because yeah, it's a good opportunity. My team is Team Pena. Pena is a good coach, good fighter, good. Is very good all discipline, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, and the good sparring. Guru, Gustavo, Brazil, and Max, Germany, Bataman, Cameroon, Will, Island. So yeah, it's very good for me for my experience because EFC is a good event, really good events. So I want to fight for EFC. So every day I'm training hard, work hard. Yeah, I want to fight for EFC.
Cool, fantastic. And where are you from?
Sorry.
No problem.
I come from France, but I represent my country origin, Gambia.
Okay.
So, yeah.
100%. Next up.
I am Batamak Bertrand. I come from Cameroon. I do MMA 2 years ago, but I'm there for the fighter competition. It is for me a good opportunity and a good experience. I had passed time with the best fighters. We come from the other country. It is very good for me for my experience for now and for next time. But I believe that for me it was for know-how is there and go more in the work in the train for next time. So I believe I know that for next time I will be very better and very good and the best fighter. Thank you.
Max?
I'm Max Merten from Düsseldorf, Germany. I'm very happy that I get the opportunity to compete in the show for EFC. And it's a really exciting experience to live with 10 guys in one house for 5 weeks. We are professional fighters, but it's sometimes not easy to focus on the fight because you have so many appointments, so many things to do. And you have not your own space to be focused for the fight. But I think we all have to deal with it, so it is the same for us. And yes, but it's a great experience to be in South Africa. The South African guys are also nice to us. The weather is nice. We have everything what we need. So I think we all can be happy that we have this chance to be here. And hopefully we can, or I can compete for EFC again after the show. And I think that will happen.
Okay. You mentioned in there, Max, that at times it becomes very difficult. Obviously, you also mentioned, Gustavo, the space. You know, you're 10 guys in one house, lots of different cultures, lots of different languages, in a foreign country, trying to get ready for a fight. How difficult was that to deal with all the different cultures and languages and then still be focused on your fight?
I think so. Sorry. I think so. For me, in my normal life, I want my space. You know, I want my, my room, my kitchen. You know, everything. But sometimes on the house, I think so. Max explained very good, because sometimes when you think about now I get my time for think about my fight, you need one meet, you need get a for shoots, and then because this I think so this is more difficult, because you need change your mind and then click, you need change your mind, click, and then after one fight I think so it's not good too much. And then but one more time, Max explains very good, because everybody passed for us,
Yeah, I think the problem is, like you say, with the cultures and characters. Everybody have his own structure.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm the guy, I stand early up in the morning every day, also in Germany. I make my breakfast, then I won't go to train. But here, it's like I stand up, I take my breakfast, and then I'm waiting for 2-3 hours. One guy wakes up, another guy goes for sleeping again, and I only want to train. Sure. But you have to wait for your teammates. That's, for me, it's a problem. And,
sure.
But we have all the same problems. So.
Yeah, and another problem I think so in this competition, because we before this separate this team, we never know what team you're doing, and then I think so that sometimes we fight one guy, is this guy is roommate, this is another guy, you know what I mean? This is another team, and then it's not really too much. I don't know say about how this is different if everybody have your room and just keep your focus for your fight. I don't know, this final is the same,
But it's not interesting for the show, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I understand. He need mix it. Yeah, he need mix it exactly for this experience,
Sure.
But the best thing on that is you get mentally strong, because when you can fight like this, a normal fight.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
you is no problem,
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. I think it's always going to be a tough situation, putting guys in under one roof that have to fight. I mean, it's, you guys are fighters at the end of the day, and athletes, like you say. You want to wake up and train. Maybe you want to sleep in late and train at night.
You asked the right one, because you sleep the whole day.
Sleep, because sleep is very good for me, for my body. Yeah, really. I train. I work hard. The training is hard. So yeah, sleep is good, man.
Yeah, when he say this, you can understand more because it's 10 guys totally different. Everybody have a different time.
For
He
me-
has one time, I have one time, Max have one time,
For me, do not.
and then he need bring everything at the same time for one drive. You know what I mean?
And man, when you are a clean person and you see the kitchen sometimes, you will cry, yeah?
For me,
You will cry.
the language is no problem. For me, the guys the attitude is not same.
Sure.
So sometimes the guy's attitude is not good it's difficult for supporter
Yeah,
because
For
the
me,
attitude
yes, I have.
Turn that. Yeah. There
Yes,
we go.
I have a much small same problem because we are the 10 or 11 fighters or the different country, so different culture. But it is normal. It is normal. My first time was very, very difficult and very. It was not good. But after when the day passed, I take the character of everybody, so know how is your attitude, comportment, and how you do, how you but first time was very strong for
Sure.
everybody in
Sure.
the house.
And you have to think about it's not a team sport. It's not only 10 guys in one room, it's 10 fighters, and it's an
and the
individual
crew.
sport, and everybody believes that he's the best and he win the show.
Sure.
And you feel this tension in the house, yes.
So that makes for a very good dynamic, and I think that's the whole beauty of the show is that you have to probably in my mind you have to do the hardest thing in sport, and that's live through this house and then fight another
And
opponent.
every day when you see a guy,
Yeah, exactly.
sometimes you think, man, I can put you away. That's no problem for me. And the other guy thinks the same, maybe, yeah?
Sure.
Because this I say for you, I learned too much about this, because
Sure.
you don't need learning. Yeah, of course, I think so. Everybody learned too much with the math is the great code, but you learn about yourself. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because you need to change your, and then sometimes you see one guy. And you think, oh, this guy is my friend, and sometimes you see this guy is double face, It's difficult. It's
Yeah,
difficult. And
it's-
sometimes you need to think about, and then, oh, it's true or it's not true, and then and
It's very
it's
difficult
crazy. It's
for-
crazy.
for support.
Emotion too much,
Yeah, a lot of
Testosterone too
emotion and
much, yeah.
testosterone. Yeah, sure. So let's just look at obviously the end prize basically of the show is to build middleweight contestants. Have you guys looked at what's available in the EFC for opponents? For example, obviously there's Yannick Bahati, if you guys know, who fought Dricus du Plessis for the middleweight belt recently. And it was billed that the winner of that fight would fight the winner of this show. Have you guys looked at Yannick Bahati and Dricus du Plessis as opponents, as somebody you might have to fight at some stage?
Okay.
I looked at Dricus. He's the only one I know in the middleweight division. And I think he's a really tough fighter. He's strong, makes a lot of pressure. But I also think he's not unbeatable.
Yeah.
So the winner of the show have a good chance to beat him because he has strong wrestling, but his stand-up game is not so good.
Yeah.
And like I say, everybody can lose, and
Yeah.
he will lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him fight too before my fight. I think so. I seen 2 or 3 fights him, but yeah, one more time I explain good. I think so. Everybody can lose, Everybody can keep champion, but everybody can lose.
We are all
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, exactly. And I think so. Your first question, I think so. Everybody coming from one program like this, no have fear,
Sure.
You fight. I think so. Everybody can fight with everyone, I see the Dricus is a young guy, strong guy, but Max is playing good, He has. When you see, you can see. Yeah, I can train and I can beat this guy.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
has hole in his games.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Did
this is
you,
one game.
did you want to say something?
No, just that, like Gustavo said before, every fighter can fight with everyone. It is just to do your game plan and respect with before the fight, when you know who is your fighter's adverse. So it is simple.
And especially these 11 guys are in the house. We came to South Africa. Nobody knows nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing about my opponents. There are 10 guys I see the first time in South Africa, but I fight them. I'm ready to
Yeah,
fight them all.
yeah.
And I think the other guys see it the same. So Dricus,
And now
Yeah,
I think
it's a
so.
good guy,
We
bro.
have just one more fight, the last semi-final, but everybody can see everybody fight. You know, everybody get fight, but I think so. UFC production stay happy because everybody come from make fight. Sometimes you have different planes, you know, different games. Sometimes you have one guy more aggressive. Sometimes you have one guy more running back, but it's this doesn't matter. This is styles, you know.
Sure, that's a nice point. Do you think that a show like this for you guys as fighters, because it's do or die, you know, one person is going to wins a big prize, gets a contract, it's all or nothing.
I think not that's do or die.
But I'm just saying, do you think it brings out the best in you as fighters? So you've got to get in your fight and you have to win every single fight. There's no time for strategy. There's no time for overthinking. There's no time to relax.
Everybody
You've
in the
got to-
same situation.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Man, I think so. I don't believe. I have my teammate have a great opportunity for living the champion of this competition, but I don't believe these guys who win this competition is more better guys on the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you available this situation, you're just available this how this guy fight. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. I see Max before the fight. This guy don't sleep 3 nights. He is my roommate. You know what I mean?
Sure.
How you can available this? How do you can available this fight these guys? And these guys don't sleep. You know what I mean?
It's a way to lose the weight too much.
I think, like you say, that competition should be bring the best out of us.
Sure.
But I think when you see the environment, it's not easy to do that.
Sure.
We all have the plan to do that, but I think some of the guys can fight much better when it's the normal environment. So we will see what's happened in the next UFC events.
Fantastic. Well, guys, thank you very much. We wish you all the best. I'm sure it's been tough. I'm sure you guys are missing home and eager to get back there and hopefully go for it, man.
For you, where the best, Syed or Pena?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot, and I'm going to stay neutral. So, the way I see it is like this. I still think Team Pena, on a skill level, is going to be better than Urshad. And I'll break it down for you. The first fight, there was obviously a lot of controversy about Demart's wrestling. Demart is a good wrestler, but they always call it the wet blanket. You know, he's going to cover you and do nothing. So Demart fell into that trap. And in the fight that he had with Urshad, they had a stand-up war, and he still won. We didn't see any wrestling, and he still won. So that leads me to believe that Demart got put into the situation mentally where he wanted to prove something, and he stood toe-to-toe with Urshad Syed, which is supposed to be maybe his weakness, and he won. So what will happen in this fight? I don't know. Anything's possible in a fight.
Exactly.
Just for that basic reason, it's one of those fights where you're sad that there has to be a loser because both guys are great champions.
Yeah, exactly.
They both have high skill level. They're both great guys. They've always got time for people.
Yeah.
They're massive for the sport. They're great figures. It's sad that one of them has to lose. I just feel on a skill level, Demart is just a little bit better, and I think he's got more tools in his pocket to use.
And I think he is the harder worker. You know,
Sure.
when you see him training, he's so professional. He does everything to get better and to win the fight. So
Maybe.
Tough one to call. Like I say, for those reasons, from what I saw in the first fight, I don't see the result changing too much. But I think we'll see different fighters from both sides. And I think this experience is going to change them as well. Having to teach guys and be patient and learn to be patient with your team members and different cultures and languages and every day teaching and coaching a team, I think is going to change them as well as you guys.
yeah, you see when you look at him at the mat, you see the evolution. You know,
Sure.
he at the beginning I thought, oh man, he have maybe problems to get friends with us, but after it's getting better.
Yeah.
And he make a really good job.
Yeah, because I think so. He has this part of job for this show, but we can see in the face him how is he, professional too much. One day I follow him, and one day, man, this guy is a fucking beast, bro.
Yeah, sure.
These guys make up 4 hard trains a day, and I make 2 trains in early. We go to the lunch. After 15 minutes, we stay in the conditioning training. I think so. What the fuck? These guys. And I don't have a word because he speak. I'm from Brazil. He speaks
Sure.
Portuguese too because
Sure.
he's from Angola. And then I have an opportunity for talk a lot with him. And man, the Marty is a great guy. I
Sure.
believe him beat this side too because about this Ibrahim say in the house, sometimes we see a lot of attitudes, and this side.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have nothing about him, but sometimes I see one attitude like this is no have respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
When on fighter,
The kid attitude.
exactly.
The kid
like a
attitude.
kid.
I
Bring it
don't,
on point. Team Pena is winning. Eh?
Yeah, like a children. Because man, I think so. When you don't have respect, specifically when you are a fight, man, you don't have nothing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
When you respect,
Sure.
you don't have nothing.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to hear the different sides from both sides, because that's why I'm smiling as you guys were saying. They said something similar, so it's quite funny. It's quite funny to hear the different sides from the different teams, and that's what we were after.
Yeah.
But I think emotionally, it's going to be a hectic fight for them. I think Urshad enjoys to play that almost bad guy role. He won't hold back the shots and throw the shots, where Demart will always be a little bit more quiet, more reserved. He wants to get the job done in the cage, and he's that sort of character.
Exactly. This is more important for a fighter.
It's the same like
Sure.
he's coaching us. You see the difference with Ishad. They make a lot of go eat together, drink coffee, make some things. And with us, it's only training.
Yeah.
Training, coaching, and make the right things.
It's very
And I
professional.
think that's the same way he will deal with his fight.
You remember in the first, I think so. I don't think when you make a weight, because you were the first fight, right?
Yeah.
He say for everybody, guys, pay attention if you're weight, because I don't have baby right here, and I don't have children, and I
They're
have
all
some.
professional guys.
Everybody need to think about your proper self,
Sure.
because everybody coming from here is supposed to be.
And I think that's
Professional.
important, because if you're going to travel again, especially back to South Africa as fighters, there's not going to be anybody to help you with your weight cut. You're going to have to do that on your own. So you would have already done that before. So the next time, if you have to do it again, it's going to be a little bit easier. So I think that's good advice. Anyways, guys, thank you very much again.
Thank you, man.
No.
We hope to really see you guys. I wish that the whole cast gets
Yeah,
contracts and we get to
sure.
see all of you. Saturday night, 14th of October, SABC3, 9 o'clock. The pioneers of the next generation of MMA, the first season of The Fighter. Thank you, guys.
It's on. It will be a
Thank
great one. Eh?
10 of the world's best fighters living in one house, led by 2 rival champions, competing against each other over 10 weeks in search of the ultimate contender. Introducing the most explosive competition in reality TV. This is The Fighter.
What you gonna do? Yeah, nothing. Need you.
It's nation against nation, fighter against fighter, and coach against coach. It's Team Pena versus Team Syed.
Mort, where you at?
This thing, no! No, this you see that fire, what are you gonna do, huh? You up.
Let the battle begin. The Fighter Season 1 premieres Saturday, October 14th. Proudly presented by Constantia Insurance.